This is DieCast Street League.
And I'm Roy.
Roy, we have a good old A-class battle for you today.
Okay, A-class battle. That's what I'm talking about.
I cannot wait. I'm excited for these cars and these drivers, man.
Well, how about we get to it then? Jeez.
Welcome back. This is DieCast Street League. We are here in Rock City. It is a beautiful 79-degree day.
It's beautiful.
Great for racing.
I agree.
This is an A-class battle, so expect the driving to be good and the speed to be great.
Looks like we got a couple old drivers with new cars.
Let's go. 1984 Ferrari GTO, driven by Georgie.
That is the fastest fake GTO you will ever see. 875 horsepower.
1969 Copo Camaro,
Chevrolet,
driven by Greg.
Oh, Greg got a new car, I see. He traded in that orange one for this one. 865 horsepower.
1969 Chevy 427 Corvette, driven by Eric.
880 horsepower.
2013 Lamborghini Veneno, driven by Morgan.
Bud, are you sure you said that right?
You're welcome to take a shot at it. I'm not 100% sure.
No, thank you. 870 horsepower.
Those are the cars and drivers that will be putting it all on the line for our viewing pleasure.
It does take guts to get down this road.
We're going the best out of 8 races wins. First place gets 2 points. Second place gets 1. Third place will get a half a point.
That half point can make it break you.
Yeah, I've seen people win and lose by a half point. Well, let's go. Let's go. Morgan and Georgie are doing battle down the first long straight. Greg is in second place right there, but Georgie just took the second place back. Morgan is in the lead. Georgie is in hot pursuit. Greg is in third place. He tried to challenge Morgan, but could not get around him. Greg would take third place. Georgie would take second.
That was the cleanest race I've ever seen. I don't think anybody bumped anybody the whole way down.
Roy, that might be true. Let's check it out on the replay. You see Morgan and Georgie were going toe-to-toe down that first long straight.
They were neck and neck, but then Morgan pulled off with the lead, and Greg had second place for a second there, and then Georgie passed him up for his second place right there.
Yeah, Greg had the second place for a quick second, but then Georgie took that from him.
Eric was having trouble keeping up in that 427.
Yeah, Roy better get his stuff together. Meanwhile, Morgan is out, put about 2 cars on Georgie, but Georgie closed the gap fast. I thought he was gonna get around him, but could not get around Morgan. Morgan took the victory, and Georgie took second place, and Greg took third. And Eric could take the DNF.
Morgan got a 13.04 time. First time down this road in a new car. Nice.
The GTO has 1, the Lambo has 2, the Camaro has a half point, the Corvette has 0. Race 2 about to go down right now.
That sure is a lot of Mustangs. My daddy had one of those.
What happened to it?
A tree hit it. You hit the tree? No, a tree hit the car.
Let's go. Eric and Greg are fighting for their first place position. Greg came out with the lead. Morgan passed up Eric for the second place position. He is trying to catch Greg, and Georgie just passed up Eric for his third place, and then Greg would take the first place. Morgan would take second. Georgie would take third.
Now, this is the second doggone race. There has not been any wrecking, paint swapping, pushing, or nothing.
I know you don't like that.
Not at all.
Well, Greg had the lead going down the first long straight. Cam in the 427 was in second place briefly, but got passed right there by Morgan in that Lambo.
And Greg almost jumped the curve like a hobo trying to get out the way from a semi-truck.
He did hit the curb pretty hard, but somehow kept it straight. I'm sure that rim is bent.
Did you see Georgie passing up Eric right there in that fourth turn?
Yeah, Roy, was a good pass by Georgie.
Right there, passed him up. You don't see passes in that fourth turn that much.
Man, Morgan was all on Greg's bumper. And then Georgie was trying to get in the mix, but could not get around Morgan for that second place position. Greg in the Copo Camaro won that race
with a 13.23 time. That is not a bad time at all.
Nope, Roy's not a bad time. They are flirting with that 12 seconds.
Yes, they are.
The GTO got 1.5. The Lambo has 3. The Camaro has 2.5. The Corvette has 0. Race 3 about to go down right now.
I must have died and went to Camaro heaven. Look at all these beautiful Camaros, all types.
Let's go. Georgie has the first place position going down the first long straight. Eric is in second. Georgie has a slight lead. Oh, Eric spun out, and then Georgie had about a 5-car lead, and then Greg passed up Morgan for the third place.
Now, that's what I'm talking about. They were out there pushing and shoving like 2 third graders trying to play with the same exact toy.
Yeah, Roy, I think the gloves are off. They are trying to get those first and second and third place points. However they can get it now. You see, Georgie had about a 2 or 1.5 car lead over Eric in that 427.
Eric wasn't that far behind Georgie, about a 2-car lead, and then Eric spun out and Georgie was out. Put too much power down too soon.
And Morgan crashed into the back of Eric, and then Greg passed up Morgan for his third place position.
You can see the desperation setting in. They are doing whatever to get those points now.
That seems to be the case, Roy, because it's starting to get physical in here.
Eric is having trouble taking them corners in that Corvette.
He has that big 427 big block in that Corvette up front and is heavy.
Georgie won that race there with a 13.25 time.
Good time.
They are flirting with the 12 seconds all day long over here.
The GTO has 3.5. The Lambo has 3. The Camaro has 3. The Corvette has 1. Race 4 about to go down right now.
How many Corvettes do we have here?
A couple.
Goodness.
Let's go. Eric has the first place going down the first long straight. Georgie is in second place. Greg is in third. Oh, Georgie's all on his bumper trying to get around him. Oh, he is closing on the outside. Can he get it done? No. Eric will hold all challengers off. You had Georgie coming up on the outside, challenging his first place position.
Man, that was a great race. The best of this race series so far.
That was a good one, Roy.
Man, they were all grouped up, going to the line, pushing, shoving, paint swapping, spitting, eye gouging.
All right, Roy, calm down now.
I get worked up.
You see, Eric had about a 1/2-car lead on Georgie coming out of Shark's mouth, but Georgie was applying the pressure, trying to get around and right there, but Eric held him off.
Georgie tried to pass him 3 times in that third long straight alone.
Eric broke out with about a 2-car lead, but Georgie closed the gap fast. On the outside, he was trying to challenge that first place position, and Greg was in behind, applying the pressure.
I thought Georgie was gonna pass him up for his first place position right there.
Me too, Roy.
But Eric held him off. Good job.
Eric got a 13.01 time. That is the best of today. And he took it on his first first place victory. The GTO has 4.5, the Lambo has 3, the Camaro has 3.5, the Corvette has 3. Race 5 about to go down right now.
Now, this is my type of crowd right here. Mopar or no car?
Let's go! Morgan has the first place position. Greg and Georgie are doing battle for the second place. Oh, Greg came out with the lead. Georgie's in third place. Can Greg close the gap? No, it looks like Morgan is gapping him. Oh my goodness. Look at the time Morgan put up, a 12:14 time.
That is the second best time ever.
That is close to 11 seconds as you would ever get. I'm telling you right now.
Morgan got that Lambo dialed in, don't he?
Yes, he does, Roy. You see, he had the first place going down the first long straight. Greg and Georgie was doing battle for that second place. Greg ended up coming out with the second place position.
And Morgan was gone. Soon as he hit that third turn, he was out.
Roy, that Lambo has some of the best handling I've seen down this road.
I mean, Morgan is making no mistakes in that Lambo. He's not spinning out around any curves. He's taking them like he's on rails.
Morgan won that in the Lambo. He is not making any mistakes like Roy said. He got a 12:14 time. Man, that is the best time of this race series and the second best time ever on this road. The GTO has 5, the Lambo has 5, the Camaro has 4.5, the Corvette has 3. Race 6 about to go down right now.
Mopar.
Let's go! Greg's in first place, Eric is in second. Morgan just passed up Eric for the second place position. He is on Greg's bumper. Oh, he just passed Greg up on the inside, nasty. Can Greg do anything to get his lead back? No, he tried to pass him right there at the end, but could not get it done. Morgan held him off and took the first place victory. Greg took second place. Georgie came around Eric for the third place victory.
After seeing Greg have about a 2-car lead coming into Shark's Mouth, I thought he might win this race.
Yeah, but Morgan closed the gap really fast and then passed him on the inside right there for his first place position.
And a clean pass it was. He didn't even touch Buddy.
Yeah, Roy, it was a clean pass. He got him right there on the inside, didn't touch him one bit. You see it right here on camera 2. You see him pass him right there on the inside lane. Greg was trying to get that first place victory back. He closed the gap a little bit right there, but did not have enough room. And then Georgie passed up Eric for his third place position.
Eric didn't try to block Georgie or anything. He gave it up easy.
Morgan and the Lambo took that victory. Man, it was a good race. Even the third place position was getting challenged multiple times. Morgan got a 13:40 time.
Man, this score is getting close. I'm getting nervous. My stomach is hurt.
The GTO has 5.5, the Lambo has 7, the Camaro has 5.5, the Corvette has 3. Race 7 about to go down right now.
I'm so excited and nervous. Oh boy.
Let's go. Georgie has the lead going down the first long straight. Eric is in second place on Georgie's bumper. Oh, he tried to get around him right there, but could not. Georgie held him off. Oh, Georgie wrecked. Looks like Eric would take first place. Morgan would take second place. Greg would take third.
Man, I thought Georgie had this race in that fake GTO. He crashed coming out of that fourth turn. You don't see that happen much.
Yeah, Roy, you don't see many crashes in that fourth turn without help. Let's look at the replay. You see Georgie had about a half car lead on Eric right there coming into Shark's mouth.
Eric tried to pass right there on the inside, but Georgie shut the door on him and took about a 2-car lead over the hump.
Yep, and then he crashed right there coming out of the 4th turn into the water.
I hope he can swim.
See it right there over the bridge into the water. I hope my man is okay.
Meanwhile, Eric was getting bullied by Morgan in that Lambo.
He was pressing.
And he held Morgan off for the first place victory. Morgan took 2nd place, Greg took 3rd.
We got word back Georgie is okay and can race.
That's great news.
The GTO has 5.5, the Lambo has 8, the Camaro has 6, the Corvette has 5. Race 8, the last race, about to go down right now.
All those Ferraris.
Let's go. Eric has the lead going down the first long straight. Georgie is on his bumper. Oh, Georgie wrecked him out and got around him for the first place victory. And Greg did the exact same thing to Eric. Oh my goodness. Georgie would take the first place victory. Greg would take 2nd place. Eric and Morgan would take a DNF.
Hold up. Now, I know I said I like dirty racing, bumping and stuff like that, but I don't want anybody to die.
Well, Roy, be careful what you ask for. You might get it. You see, Eric had the first place position. Georgie was on his bumper literally and bumped him, got around him with the nastiest maneuver. Man, bumped him, drove around him.
But I thought at least Eric had the 2nd place, but nope. Greg did the exact same thing, bumped him, spun him on his roof, and drove around him.
Roy, that was nasty. How they did that, man, is not right.
But it is entertaining, dude. I'll tell you that.
Roy, there's no laughing matter. That man could be hurt.
Calm down, bud. I'm sure he has a roll cage.
Roy, he does not have a roll cage.
Well, shoot. My bad.
Georgie and the Ferrari GTO won that one.
That is no GTO.
Again, Roy.
That's no Pontiac.
Georgie got a 13.55 time in that Ferrari GTO. Roy.
Whatever.
GTO has 7.5. The Lambo has 8. The Camaro has 7. The Corvette has 5. Morgan in the Lambo won this race event. He has 8 points. He's been running like a boss all day long. Congrats to Morgan. All right. Next, we will have the winners from the mail-in tournament doing battle, going head-to-head, toe-to-toe.
I cannot wait.
Me either, Roy. Thanks for watching DieCast Street League. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the bell only if you want to.
It's free. It's free.
Let's go.